think this is our third installment of the Streetfighterz Chronicles. I love that name.
We should have changed shirts so it doesn't look like we filmed this all on the same day.
It's okay, though. I mean, it's 2019. People do that stuff. We should have, though. So we're back. We have Storm.
What's up?
We have James.
Here again.
And, of course, Street Fighter Adam.
We never left, but...
right. Still here.
Back again.
And Sit Down Steve, of course. So, in this episode, we're going to talk about
another trip Adam didn't go on.
Yeah, exactly. Another trip.
I will say this, though. Every trip we go on, they ask where you're at.
Well, that makes me feel good, but the other problem is you guys don't mention me anywhere in any of the footage.
What are we supposed to say?
I texted you happy birthday.
Just say, hey,
we would have brought Adam with us, but...
God.
Yeah, it was too loud, James.
Yeah, that was loud, James.
Didn't you hear it crackling?
Yeah, the viewers at home. If you hear it crackling, you're way too loud.
Well,
man.
Steve told me to get in the mic. I don't want to be in the mic.
I mean, that distance is good.
That's what I said, Steve. It doesn't have to be all that serious.
Yeah.
Well, you got to be able to hear us.
All right. So this episode we're gonna talk about Leaned Back In Chi-Raq, which is a ride that Brian 636.
No, Misguided.
Oh, sorry.
Misguided.
Sorry, man. It's thrown by Misguided. Dude, that's so funny when you give him crap about Misguided. When I was watching the footage from L.A. and you were giving him crap in the garage, oh, my God, it's so funny. He cracks me up, man. I love that dude. He's so funny.
We don't, because
I'm over him.
He sets us up for failure every time.
He does.
He literally set us. He had us go in this parking lot that he said the ride was going to start from, and he's like, "Yeah, you're going to be good there." So we had to go there. It's locked. He goes, "We might need some bolt cutters, or I'll get a grinder so we can cut the lock off."
Whoa,
break in real quick.
So the ride's supposed to start in was locked?
Yeah. So we get there. And we're like, we're hit. And so we're like, we're just going to go to Walmart and park the RV there. But then I'm like, all right, let me see if this gate will open. So I get out, the gate opens. So we're good. So we go in and we pass a camper, a small, like 20-foot camper, like through the parking lot. It's a huge parking lot. It's like a big old Walmart parking lot, maybe even bigger, and some building on there. So we're going to the backside. We pass this camper. It's got an extension cord ran from the building, probably 700-800 feet away, in the middle of this parking lot, and we see a TV on. And meanwhile, we get there at like 2:30 in the morning. So we're like, all right, cool. We pull in the back, we park, and we're like, all right, we're good.
I already knew this was a bad idea. By the way.
Yeah, but Ryan sets us up for failure every time. So it.
No, wait. It's not Brian. It's Misguided.
Yeah. So about 4:45 a.m., someone's beating on the door. 3 dudes are outside, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" And we're like, "What's the problem? Like, we're here for a motorcycle ride." They're like, "You got to go. You got to go now. Like, we're towing this thing. You got to go. We're calling the cops." And so we're like, "What's the problem? Like, what's the deal? I thought there's gonna be a whole ton of people here today." And they're like, "No, you got to go." Who even told you about this? I'm like, "Some dude named Joe." Other guy got real lippy. He's like, "I don't care. You got to go now." And that's when we had to pull out at 4:45 a.m. in the middle of our sleep, misjudge the turn, and rip the trailer open.
So we think.
Yeah, absolutely not.
That's the only thing that could have made it happen.
What? So my question on this topic. So for you folks at home, I go to leave my house last night, and I turn my truck on, and I look in the rearview mirror, in which the RV and the trailer are parked in front of my house. So when I look in my rear view, I see the trailer. And
wait, it was the rear view. That's how you see it.
No, my rear view mirror. So what I see is I see the light reflecting off the trailer in lots of weird ways, which isn't normal. And so I can tell there's damage to it. Looked like Wolverine took his claws. And
I didn't even notice it, and I was just out there, so it must not be that bad.
No,
it's not that bad.
Is it? It's bad, but it's not.
No, let me get to my point of this, because this is good. So I see that there's damage, so I immediately call Steve, because I just want to know what happened. I wanted to know, one, why when he was at my house 20 minutes earlier.
He didn't tell you about it?
He didn't tell me a single thing about it. Having a full-blown conversation.
He was having a bad night, so I just let it.
You didn't want to make it worse.
No, yeah, but you should just give it to me. And then, so I call his phone. He doesn't answer, which he always answers.
It was on silent.
I don't know what he was doing down there.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
Phone was on silent chart because you called me too, and I didn't answer your phone call. I didn't even know you
but I
called.
figured you were dodging me because you dodged Adam and you knew he called me, and then you were dodging me.
I didn't even know Adam called.
So then I called James because I want to know. James will give it to me straight, like for the most part. So I called James, and he's like, oh, I don't know. Like I think we might have, like we don't really know, but then he's like, it might have got ripped on this fence thing or whatever.
But we really didn't. We don't know.
No, yeah. So what happened was after we pulled out of there and we're driving down the road trying to find a Walmart, and I had to make this U-turn, and we're going. All of a sudden, I look back. I'm like, I think the fender well is like tucked up, or the diamond plate's like peeled back on the side of the trailer. I'm like, James, you go out there and look. So he goes out there and looks, and he goes, the whole trailer's like ripped open. I'm like, what? I'm like, no way. He or he said something. He goes, no, it's not the diamond plate. It's the trailer. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, just take a picture of it. Like, show me, because I didn't want to get out. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. So he's like, why not my phone? I'm like, all right. So here's my phone. Takes a picture of it. I see the whole thing ripped open. You can see the inside of the trailer damn near. I'm like, what the hell happened? I'm like, because we didn't feel nothing. We didn't hear nothing. There was nothing. And so I get out. I go back there. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And then you can see a scratch. It looks like someone took a knife and literally slit down the whole trailer. And then on the bottom part, it must have tore a piece back too.
Yeah, I didn't even notice. And I was just out there, so I don't know. It was dark outside. So,
yeah. Then you clearly were looking in a complete different direction because it's not hard to find. I saw it within 5 seconds of backing out of my driveway.
I couldn't believe it. What I think happened.
Did you think I wouldn't see it, or I mean?
No.
He was just waiting for you to find out.
Well, he did ask me if think Adam would notice that.
as a joke.
See, that was a joke. Bull crap.
It was
actually not.
I was like, hell yeah.
I promise you it was a topic of discussion at some point, and you're like, what should I do? Should I say anything? Because he's having a bad weekend.
No, that was not the conversation. It was like
you just said you were having a bad weekend.
No, I said last night. When I came home, you said you sat in here and talked to me for 20 minutes and didn't mention it. I'm like, well, yeah, because I came in and you were
But why wouldn't you mention it to me at the time that it happened?
Oh.
Slipped his mind.
No, I mean, I don't know. It was literally 4:45 a.m. When am I going to call you at 4:45 a.m.?
No, the next day you could text me, say, hey, sorry to drop some more bad news on top of the tickets we got pulling out because the trailer's not.
Ticket.
Oh, did you guys finally get ticketed for the trailer being illegal or not
illegal.
registered or whatever?
It's just not up to date.
Expired.
Yeah, expired plates.
They're just 2 years.
Let's just throw this out
expired.
there. If me and Steve didn't get along with the cop, it might have been a lot worse.
He didn't write you one for the bus?
Or
or anything.
No brake lights? None of it.
Wow. Is that why he pulled you over? So why?
That's what I think.
I thought the brake lights. They're constantly on.
The running lights work. The
Running
brake lights
lights.
don't work.
No brake lights.
So when we went to stop, and he was behind us, there was obviously no brake lights.
But anyway, back to the trailer thing. What I think happened was I got really close to the fence right here with the RV, and then I think it was a big drop off to the street from the parking lot. And so I think when you know how like the motorhome rocks back and forth, I think when it rocked this way, it rocked the trailer that way a little bit, and I was so close to this that it only needed 6 inches to go over. And then it caught it.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me. All right, so we'll move on to the next subject.
All in all, it was Steve's fault, not mine.
Of course it was.
So back to Brian setting us up for failure in this parking lot that clearly someone lives in, that he thought he was going to start a ride there and sell his T-shirts and all this stuff.
Did he have permission for this parking
he didn't.
lot?
No, he literally was just going to go there.
I don't think you cut the lock off a place you have the permission.
Well, when we went to Cowboy Dell's ride last year, it was locked up when we got there.
Yeah. But they also had the people come there and unlock it.
Yeah.
So that's how the trip started. And so we're like trying to leave and find a Walmart at 5 a.m. to go park in to sleep at. And so we do that, and then finally Brian tells us a new place to go to. But he's like, don't show up till 12:30, so we had to wait for that, go there. Everyone shows up.
So he found a new parking lot.
No, he used the parking lot that he used from last year. He just didn't have permission this year.
And then he had the ride leave without me and Steve.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. All of a sudden, we're like, so Chicago United, Misguided, and Streetfighterz are all set up underneath, all tents together, all strapped together. Tables are all backed up to each other, all selling shirts. Then all of a sudden, Brian gets on his bike, helmet on, does the whole, we're going, like sign with his hand, and just takes off. And we're like, Like, I'm still in gym shorts and a T-shirt, sandals.
Shirts are still out.
Yeah, shirts are still out. Bikes are still in the trailer. I'm like, what is this guy doing? Literally just taking the ride off. All 5, 6,
Thanks,
700
Brian.
people.
I think it might be because he's misguided.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
Brian-
brain's
God
misguided.
bless.
Brian, you're misguided.
So anyway, we catch up to the ride at the very end of it. And then this is where I get in an accident.
Okay.
So
yeah. So for you at home, we'll have this video
it'll be
overlaid too. But so Steve apparently was in a
So-
parking lot. Do you want to set this up?
yeah. So this is what happens. We go to a gas stop. Here, hit stop. Stop. So we go to the you can just hit spacebar on the Max and it'll pause it if you didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
So anyway,
I just gave.
So we go to the gas station and I just filled up with gas. So I'm like, I'm good. We topped off. So I don't need fuel. So I'm sitting at the entrance and I'm like, oh, this seems like a good spot. I can just do some circles. And then I'm like, oh no, this guy's in the way. This guy's in the way. This guy's in the way. I won't. Well, then all of a sudden it cleared out and there's this huge spot for me to do them. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm gonna dip in and I'm good. So I go around once. You can see this right now. So right here, clearly, I go around once, and then I go around again. Everything's fine. Now stop here. Stop. Now back it up just a little bit.
Can I hit the?
No, 2-finger it back. Well, whatever. That works too.
Oh, imagine that. I know what I'm doing.
Okay, stop. So a little more.
There,
A little more back.
I see no bike.
Okay, stop. Right here in the top right.
There's James.
No, see the guy's walking in the turquoise shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Right to the right of him.
Here?
No, literally right to the right. That. There you go. Okay, now roll the footage back.
Back or forward?
Backwards. No, like, whatever.
You said backwards.
I know, but it's easier if you do two. All right, stop. Now watch that area and hit play. Watch him flying through.
Oh, I see him.
Now watch here. He just comes to a dead stop. He literally grabs 4 fingers on the front brake, puts his foot down, and comes to a dead stop right where I'm at. And so I'm just like, okay, well, I'm hitting him. And I just jump off the back of my bike.
Well, yeah, you can see here, he never once looks at the bike.
Never
He's not even
one
looking
time.
at it. Zero.
Again, so I'm going multiple times around. I thought everyone in the world seen me.
It's hard to tell from this angle, but it looks like, I guess he's completely underneath your front wheel at this point.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. That's not the first time I've seen that happen to you, though. At Shady Jack's a couple of years ago, right there in the back street, you almost took that dude's head off with your tire.
Did you did your front tire hit him physically? Like, it looks like
No, I think my header landed on his leg because he sent me a message on Instagram, said he got the worst end of the deal.
Oh, but your header burnt him?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you hit him hard. Look,
And so then everyone was laughing on Facebook because I just stood there and stared at him for like 60 seconds. I'm like, are you serious? Like
somebody posted a picture of you just standing there staring at him. That was funny.
I was so dumbfounded. Literally for like a minute straight, I just stared at him. I'm like, how is this even possible? Like, where's the rider etiquette? Like, what? Do you not look around? Like,
what we should do here is we can throw a call out to Impact Tech, because without your Impact Tech engine cage here, your stator would have been fried.
Gone. Wouldn't have been able to ride on the ride.
Nope. Thank you, Impact Tech.
But he did break my ABS fairings, unfortunately.
Oh man, what, your bottom?
Yep.
Man, so you're standing up.
So I'm just standing
he's on
here.
the ground.
So yeah, I didn't hit play. So I'm just staring at him. Like, are you kidding me?
And the funny part is, though, he's like trying to pick his bike up, and Steve's trying to pick his up at the same time. Steve
no. Look
so
at
who's this guy? Is this his buddy?
No, the guy just pulling the lot. So now look what he does. Watch. So now he just to pull it up. He's on my front rotor. What? I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh my God, no, man, no.
And I was so excited to go to the lot and roll stoppies with everyone.
Not with a warped
So then
rotor.
So then I push
Bent rotor.
So then I push his bike back down, and I'm like, get off my bike.
God, dude, I would have been heated.
Some people just shouldn't ride motorcycles.
No, clearly. I mean, like, what is going on?
Well, no, you know what's even funny? You were telling me the conversation on social. I guess he said, or his buddy said, "Oh, that's why I hate stunt rider or don't like the stunt rider guys." Like, dude, you clearly, if you back this up, dude, you clearly, like you said, where's he at? He's right. Is it one more turn? No, wait.
It's hit play.
He's right there.
No. He's way in the back. Now you'll see him.
He comes flying right there. You can see him. He just wasn't looking whatsoever.
He almost fell off the bike on his own self.
Dude.
I seen him later in the ride acting a fool too.
I love the jean shorts he's got on.
Jorts.
He was trying to do a gnarly standstill burnout on the highway.
What bike is he on? It looks like a 929.
No.
What is that?
No, that's like that is
an old Gixxer 600.
Yeah, that's what it looks
Gixxer.
like to me.
Old Gixxer.
Who knows? With all that chrome, you'd think he'd be a better rider.
So what did you do at this point? That would have ticked me off big time.
Me, I went out there on the street and made sure my front rotor wasn't bent.
Was it not bent?
It was not bent.
You're all good. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Like, when you get in those crowded parking lots. I mean, somebody can say, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing circle wheelies in a gas station."
Yeah, it was a stunt ride, and this is what we do.
It is a stunt ride. It is what we do.
It's what we do.
That's what we do. All right, man. Well, that was an interesting part. Look at James here. He's just looking back, staring.
I watched the whole thing. I watched the whole thing.
Where were you at? Why weren't you helping Steve out?
Because at that point, I'm like, oh, he's got it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's
James.
a lot. When I posted on Facebook, there's a ton of comments.
I saw there was a crap ton of comments.
A lot.
So this ride looks like it was a mixture of kind of just regular street rider, like street bike riders.
I think they call them just a whole ton of squids.
Yep.
So a whole ocean of streets of squid.
Yeah, so you guys out there that aren't real familiar with the motorcycle world, squid, how would you describe a squid?
The guy that just rode in front of Steve on his motorcycle.
Someone that just doesn't understand, like,
the culture, the industry, riding in that way, that level, stunt riding in general.
Just doesn't have a good awareness of what's going on while you're riding motorcycles. I don't know.
Well, at least your bike was good. Your rotor wasn't bent. Everything else is good.
Yep.
So how'd the rest of the ride go?
Horrible.
What else happened? A lot of wrecks?
30 wrecks.
Legit 30, or you just saw a lot of wrecks?
At least good.
I know.
Probably at least 5 solid wrecks.
Who broke their collarbone? You said somebody broke their collarbone.
Elijah.
Eli.
Oh, really?
So he broke his collarbone. Brian 636, he mousetrapped.
And it's because of those speed bumps in the highway?
Both those were.
Yeah, Chicago streets are terrible.
Was it on the highway? So
a highway, side streets, there's literally like little speed bumps every
half a mile.
500
on
feet.
the actual highways?
Actual
road.
on the highway. The suspension on the bus is shot now because we literally bounced all over the place.
Really? Oh, I wanted to say something earlier. By the way, at the end of the summer, we are going to be raffling off the RV and the trailer, the entire thing, $100 per ticket. Just so you know, that thing is gone. It'll be yours for $100.
This is news to me, James. We're
getting rid of the old
you guys upgrade
memory mobile.
Okay, why would we want to buy another RV and trailer? Have you seen our RV and trailer?
There's a lot.
The trailers.
It's really nice.
There's a hole ripped in it. The front was totaled at the Luke Bryan concert. Like, no one takes care of the inside. I don't even know what the inside looks like. I don't even want to go in there right now. I'll have an anxiety attack.
So the trips are just over then? Or?
No, maybe
we're just retiring.
No, maybe we'll put it in Steve's name, and then we'll destroy it, so that Steve's responsible for it.
That's fine. Perfect.
Heck yeah, it's perfect.
We're going to every Luke Bryan concert all summer long.
All yours,
I can't
man.
wait.
Do whatever you want.
Thank God.
Go ahead. It's all yours.
The memory mobile is going to have a lot more memories.
Anyway,
that thing ain't going nowhere.
You guys drive it as if it's, like there's no restraint as it is.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't drive it.
Like you take it like it's, you take it and then it comes back different than
I always clean my mess up when I get off.
The people want to see the bus.
But listen, when it leaves, it doesn't come back the way it left.
Most of the time it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bus is fine. It's just the trailer is screwed up.
Yeah. No, the bus is not fine. The entire you totaled the front of it at the Luke Bryant concert.
With all due respect, Kenny ripped the bumper off first.
Okay, so the bumper was ripped off. The front end was demolished at the Luke Bryant concert.
It wasn't demolished. It was pushed back slightly.
A door flew off.
Not our fault.
You left me at the LA airport with no phone.
Your own fault.
I mean, it's just.
It's called memories.
We could do a whole podcast on how
this is like
destroyed
okay. This
the
would
RV.
be me going to you and saying, "Well, you can't ever have a truck again because on your passenger side quarter panel behind the rear passenger door, there's a rust hole, and you can't keep anything nice because you have a rust hole in the back of your truck." What are you going to say about that,
Steve? My truck.
Oh, so okay, well, it was nice when you first got it.
What's 6 minus 9? My truck is 13 years old.
The bus is 13 years old. The bus is 16 years old.
And
it's 2003.
My car is 20 and it ain't.
And on top of that, those F-150s, they all rust the exact same because the water comes down the back, that little back.
I bet you Jason Britton wouldn't have rust behind his 2003 F-150. I can guarantee you that.
I promise you Jason Britton doesn't have a single scratch on anything he owns. So Steve wants to get a studio, right? So he wants a studio downtown at some point. Soon.
Like a what do you mean by studio? Like
studio we can run.
Or
No. Like a studio we can run our podcast out of. We can do our
like
orders out of an office with office space, whatever. Right? How do you think that's gonna go? Like,
I think it'll go really well.
You think it'll say clean? You think it'll look nice?
As long as you stop by there once a day.
Exactly.
Hey, well, hopefully he spends most of his time there.
James, right now, what does his room look? What condition is his room?
I haven't even went in there in a little while.
6 out of 10.
It's been dark.
There you go. That's
it's
not bad.
Not bad.
That's doable.
Could use a vacuum.
On a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 2 point.
Actually, I just
maybe
vacuumed it
clean.
recently. I vacuumed it recently. And I just got new sheets.
Did you get the stains fixed that were on the brand new carpet a few weeks after you moved in?
I did, but my dogs keep puking, so I keep having to deal with trying to remove the stain.
Roscoe's a puker.
I think it's Sadie.
You're a mess.
Stuff.
I've seen Roscoe puke like 17 times.
Why is he puking so much?
He drinks too much water.
He drinks water too fast and gets too much air in his system, and then he has to like burp it up, and then he eats a lot. So, and James feeds him pizza and toasted Ravs and gooey butter cake and Oreos and Snicker bars. Literally anything that we can find, James can find that's left over or that he's eating. He's like, "Oh, you can have some." Anything.
Would you ever want to go your whole life without tasting an Oreo?
Well, no, but you just can't feed dogs.
I don't think dogs are supposed to have chocolate.
That's what
Agreed,
I say.
Yeah,
but James is like, that's an old wives' tale.
Yeah, you just don't give them a large amount. They can have a little nibble.
Right,
he goes, I get my dog chocolate all the time.
All right, let's focus. Okay, so the rest of the CHRONICLES ride, everything. I guess there was a lot of wrecks.
No, so basically the shortly after this we ride for a bit, and then there was a big wreck that split the group up into two.
Who was in the big wreck? Was that AJ?
No, it was the guy. Didn't they take? No, I don't know. I don't even know because I was
the kid that broke his foot in two
no,
places.
That wasn't them. That was after that.
AJ.
It was the one that he wrecked too.
Yeah. Well,
he wrecked bad, man.
His hand was destroyed.
Yeah.
You know what his hand?
Terrible.
That picture reminded me of was Sonny when he wrecked.
Yeah.
When I was with him in
What time are we at?
We're at 24 minutes.
Okay.
It reminded me when he wrecked in Arizona.
Yeah, that was really bad.
Yeah, so he wrecked bad, and then somebody wrecked so bad it split the whole ride up.
So that did that. That kind of ruined things a little bit. And then I found out we weren't going back to the bus. The route wasn't. It was going somewhere else. So then I split off. And then James, he was an hour away from me when we stopped. So the gas station that we stopped at after this one, and then where James stopped at, we were an hour away from each other. So he's like, "What are you going to do?" And I'm like, "Well, the ride's not going back to the bus, so I'm breaking off to go back to the bus because all our shirts are there. I need to clean that up. There's only like 10 people there, and I don't know when they're leaving." So I broke off with 2 other people, and we rode back to the bus. And then he eventually
broke off and rode an hour ride
by himself.
Same thing happened to me last year. I had to ride back by myself with a flat
How
tire.
did you find it? You just drop a pin? You knew where the location was?
Yeah.
So
that was that.
So that sounded like a complete cluster F.
That's pretty terrible.
But I mean, it happens.
It's part of the game, part of the ride. I mean, just like your wreck here in the gas. At the end of the day, that's just part of stunt riding. Part of the ride. It kind of happens.
Sometimes you wreck, the fairings get broke, trailers get ripped open, RVs get messed up.
Time out. No,
it's just part of life.
Back up. Pause. Back up. No, you're not going to slip that in. It's not part.
Anyway,
let's not waste more time on this RV thing.
So so that was that. The ride ended. We all got together.
Had a good time. Went out.
Yeah, had a nice little night. Got some cupcakes.
That's really what it's all about, though. Going out and partying.
You know what? Yeah, at the end of the day,
your friends.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a long time. I think the best part is after the riding's all done and going out to the bars and just having a good time.
Yeah, the ride can suck, but as long as the after party's cool, then it's all good.
That's all that matters.
Kind of makes up for it. Okay, so that was CHRONICLES. So then we only have a few more minutes. So you guys are leaving tomorrow for
New York to go hang out in New York just for a couple days, and then we're gonna go to
Connecticut,
New Haven, Connecticut for the East Coastin' party.
Nice.
And block session. I don't know, shot party.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then after that, on the way home, we're hitting Pocono racetrack
for Pennsylvania.
For a bike life track ride on a legit full road course.
Oh, so you're gonna be on your own bikes riding this track?
Yeah, it's like full stunt track, the whole thing.
Nice. Oh man, you should get some great footage.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to wheelie the whole track. It's like a 2.5 mile long.
So many turns. I'll try to.
I doubt it, but it's like a 2.5 mile long, full twisty turn road course.
How'd you get that hookup?
Seen it post, and I asked someone if they're going to East Coast, and they said no, I'm going to this event, and I said, when is that? And they told me it's on Sunday.
Perfect.
And then it's 3 hours away from where we're going to be, and it's 3 hours away on our way home on the route.
Nice.
So like it couldn't have worked out better. And then the guy hooked us up with some tickets to come there and do some media and some shout outs for his event. So
nice. You make sure you get a video of you if you wheelie that whole thing. That'd be dope. Yep.
So we'll get that, and then we'll talk about the stoppy session at the lot after Chicago on the next podcast.
So after you guys come back from that, then there's the stoppy session, which is the middle of August.
No. Like Sunday in Chicago, we went to the lot and we were doing stoppies, a little stoppy Sunday session with everyone at the lot after the street ride and the party.
After the Leaned Back In Chi-Raq.
So we'll do a little
about that. We'll talk about that next week when you
after
come
we
back.
do the video.
After we release the footage from that lot. Okay, cool, perfect. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think that was a good one. Leaned Back In Chi-Raq, and the fellows are off without me again to Connecticut, New York, and Pocono. Mm-hmm. So we'll talk about all that stuff. So thanks, Storm, for joining.
No problem.
And
See you guys.
James for joining.
Out.
We're out.
Great to have us back again.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.